Hi, my name is Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually bringing you my Project 100 update. Look at that. I had to fit them all into this Lancome makeup bag. And I am so surprised at how much I actually accomplished in this Project 100 just in a month. I'm absolutely mind boggled. You have no idea. And, you know, I haven't added it all up yet, but I have been keeping a running tally. So the amount of everything, of what everything costs, of what I used up, is going to be in the description box. So please check that out. We're both probably going to end up being really surprised. And I was surprised about how much some of the samples were worth. Some of the samples were worth so much money. It's like, what? This is ridiculous. So, as you can see, I'm full here. I am completely full of things that I have used up. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start pulling it out. The first thing I used up was one of the Maskology Anti-Aging with Hydrolyzed Elastin. It's one of the sheet masks. And it was alright. I mean, it does keep your skin moisturized. I'm not exactly sure how much of a fan I am of sheet masks. I prefer I prefer the regular masks that you go ahead and paint your face, basically. Because, you know, it's not really a one-size-fits-all kind of thing, but I'll really kind of make up my mind whenever I go through all my other sheet masks that I have, which I will use up. So it's not like I don't like this. It does keep me moisturized, so, and I do notice a difference. I'm not really going in any particular order here. The next thing that I used up was the Pantene Pro V 3-Minute Miracle Smooth and Sleek Deep Conditioner. I didn't really have much left in this, so I did end up using this up. As you know, I cleanse my hair, and so I go through a lot of conditioner. But there is the Tresemme one that I want to try, the cleansing conditioner, so I'm trying to use up everything that I have first, because somehow I ended up getting a collection of that. And if you've seen my hair care collection video, you'll see I have a lot of shampoos and conditioners, which is ridiculous. You know, there were certain things like this Pantene Pro V Beautiful Length Strengthening Conditioner. I used to use this in the shampoo religiously before I started to color my hair, and it worked wonderful. I loved how my hair was, and then I started to get it colored, and it just didn't work for me anymore, and I don't like that. I don't like when that happens, because, you know, you have to go and you have to find something else. And finding something else that works for your hair is really kind of a pain in the neck. So the only thing really that has been working for me is condition cleansing my hair, and flat ironing my hair, or curling my hair. I'm going to go back to curling my hair now that I actually ended up getting my hair done. And so a lot of the dead is cut off, so it's not as frizzy. So I'm going to start curling it again, I think, until it gets to the point where I need a flat iron again. So yeah, I did end up using that. Now these were not completely full, just so you know. They were, you know, very little left. Again, one of those things that I had like 1 or 2 uses of, and it just sat there collecting dust for some strange reason. I also used up the Essential Tools Makeup Brush Cleaner. I got this at Walmart, and I can't stand this stuff. I don't like this stuff, but I wanted to use it up because I had it and I didn't want to waste any money. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it just doesn't work as well as my Ulta brush cleaner. And so yeah, I just had to use that up. It's inexpensive, but it just doesn't work for me and my tastes. This next thing that I used was the Schwarzkopf Essence Ultim with Luxurious Pearl Essence Diamond Color and Radiance Conditioner. I'm sure I butchered that somehow, but there it is. I used this up as well. I use the Hands of Hope Philosophy Hand and Cuticle Cream. I actually really enjoy this. I'm not a big fan of hand creams that doesn't really have a scent to them, but this was wonderful. I've never felt my hands be so soft. I don't know if I would exactly purchase this on its own, but I wouldn't be upset if I ended up getting a kit and it was there. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. The next thing that I used up was this Ralph Lauren Romance Sensuous Body Moisturizer. But I got it so long ago that it was just one of those things that kind of just went into the back of my cabinet and completely forgot about. This went bad. And by bad, I mean it smelled of alcohol and all the scent was out. But at the beginning of my Project 100 pan, I was like, I gotta use it up. I have to use it up. I have to use it up no matter what. I don't want to disappoint people. I have to use it up. So it was so funny. I ended up just pouring this all over my body. Like, I used so much of this just to get rid of it. I pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and used it like 4 or 5 times a day. And then I took a shower because the smell was so terrible, but I wanted to use it up. And I wish I would have just simply decluttered it and called it a loss, but I used it up anyway. I used it up for you guys, and, you know, because guilt. The guilt of disappointing you guys, the guilt of spending money on something and knowing that it went to waste. But as I'm learning in this process, sometimes decluttering is the best way to go, and LS had some great ideas of looking up some information on Wikipedia, and she gave me some great tips as far as wasting and whatnot. And so I'm going to start researching that, and if I learn anything, I'll let you know. But one thing is, don't feel guilty. If there's something you don't like and you know that doesn't work for you, or if something's gone off, get rid of it. And if people are disappointed, who cares? I'll bet you they would do the same thing. If it went bad, they'd throw it out. So that's not going to happen again. If I find something that's gone bad, I'm gonna declutter it, and I'll let you guys know. The next thing that I used up was this Bath & Body Works Perfect Autumn Day 24-Hour Moisture Ultra Shea Body Cream. I love this. Oh, it smells so nice. Oh man, it just smells delicious. And one thing that I have noticed is if you consistently use body lotions up, if you use them twice a day, like on your arms and your elbows and your legs and your hands, you actually use this up quite fast. And I was really surprised, and it really made me think. I know I have a lot of lotions, but that doesn't look so daunting anymore as far as using it up. I realized that it doesn't take so long to use things up. The next thing that I used up was this Bath & Body Works Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin Shea and Vitamin E Body Lotion. Again, it's one of those things you use up so fast. I know that you see a little bit on there, but I just can't get it out. And I do have about, I think, 3 more bottles of this. So yeah, I kind of went crazy the year before last on these. So I do want to get through them, but I guarantee you that by the time the holidays come around, or October comes around, I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this. This smells really nice. Let's see here. What else? I also used up this Bath & Body Works Pear Blossom Body Splash 2 fluid ounce. I've had this in my collection for a while, and I can't honestly tell you what the smelled like, because for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, I was really, really sick, and I couldn't smell anything. So I figured this was my oldest perfume that I have in my collection, so I'm just gonna spray it, and if it stinks, ain't nobody smelling it. It's cool. It could stink to me. It could stink on me. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't doing anything. So I used that up. Perfect time to use it up, right? At least in my opinion. I know that's so backwards, right? The next thing that I'm really kind of sad that I used up, but I'm really happy that I did, was the Ralph Lauren Romance perfume. And this is in the full size. It is the Eau de Parfum Natural Spray. It's a 3.4 ounce bottle. This is another one of those cases. If you actually looked at my perfume collection, you'll see that I had very, very little left. And by very little, I mean I had a couple days use of this. That was it. And it has been sitting in my collection, taking up space for no reason at all. I'm strange like that, but I'm so glad that I'm actually getting rid of this. And I definitely would repurchase this again. I think I might have, no, I don't think I have a rollerball of it. Because I might, but if not, I will end up repurchasing it in the future. This right here also is a rollerball of the Ralph Lauren Midnight Romance that I used up. And again, this was a one-time use. Once. I had this in my collection for so long, and it's just once. Once. That's all it took, was one more use. And it's been sitting in my collection for what, a year? Ridiculous. I'm telling you. Ridiculous. The next thing that I used up was their Real Remover by Benefit, and it was just a little tiny thing. Now, I have mixed feelings about this. For me, it didn't really work on my eyes very well. There's other things like the Garnier Micellar Water that works better, and the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse that works better. So for an eye remover, this wasn't so great. So what I did was I actually used this for an all-over remover, not just for my eye makeup, and that helped me use this up fast. I'm not a fan of this. It did help with removing all of my makeup. A little bit of struggle with the eyes, but I wouldn't repurchase this. I mean, if I had it as a sample, I would use it up the same way, but it was just, I've had better. Plain and simple, I've had better. The next thing that I used up, let's see here. Let's start now. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. This is the Benefit High Beam, and this is the sample, and it's 0.08 fluid ounces. I got this over Thanksgiving. I believe that this is what came with the Ulta sale that they had for their Real Mascara, which came with a deluxe Hoola bronzer, which I went ahead and passed on to a friend, and I believe it came with this too. Now, I did use this consistently every day, and I have an issue with this bottle. Let me explain. You have this right here, right? You have this little like nail polish applicator. You put it in, right? You see that it doesn't hit the bottom. And so all the product that you see here is on the bottom. So you can't really get to it. All of the product is pretty much sitting right here, it appears, but I'm not really getting much on the brush anymore, so I decided to call it quits. I understand that I can get another brush that's longer and dig it out, but I'm not a fan of liquid highlighters or cream highlighters, so I'm not going to put the effort in to using all of this up. I did use a significant amount of it, I believe, but this little bottle just made me angry. I think that it's pretty much useless to do this, and I feel like, I don't know how the normal size is. You'll have to let me know, but if it's anything like this, you're not going to get all the product out unless you really, really work for it. So I don't recommend it, but then again, I'm not into cream highlighters or liquid highlighters or anything, even though I do have a couple in my collection that I ended up getting from like Sephora Play or samples or things like that. They're not for me, but I did do my best. What I did was I ended up putting on my cheeks bridge of my nose, and then I would set it with a different highlighter. So that's what I did. The next thing that I used up was this Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Nightcap Overnight Perfector. Let's talk about this for a second. This sucks. First of all, it doesn't do anything for my hair. Second of all, it says, right here, it says, apply to damp or dry hair before bed from roots to end. Comb through. Leave in or wash out in the morning. Fast absorbing, pillow safe. Use as often as needed. Okay, if you have this sample and you decide to go ahead and put it in your hair before bed and you don't rinse it out, you are going to make the biggest mistake of your life. At least on my hair, and from what other people have said, it looks nasty. Your hair looks like it has just a whole bunch of gunk in it. It's not pleasant. You have got to wash it out. Whenever you wash it out, it doesn't do anything. I just don't find that it does anything. And that I know everybody talks about Living Proof and how it's so great, and I love Jennifer Aniston, don't get me wrong, and I would love to try other products, but considering how pricey the brand is, you would think that this would do something, but it just didn't. All it did was piss me off. Excuse me, but that's all it did. It pissed me off. I didn't expect to have to wash it out, but I did, and then I just rushed to finish it because this sucks. But whatever, that's fine. The next thing that I used up, and it makes me sad, is the Peter Thomas Roth Blue Marine Algae. It's the Intense Hydrating Mask. I cannot find the full size of this at Ulta anymore, and it really makes me sad because this is my favorite mask. This is one of those masks that I've tried that I saw instant results with. It made my face brighten. It just made my face look better. I can't even describe it. It looked glowy and healthy, and I have combo to oily skin, so but it looked healthy in a good way. And so I try to use this sparingly, but it was so sparingly to the point where it's been sitting in my collection for almost a year, and so I had to use it up. And it's so unfortunate that I had to use it up. I miss this already. This is like the best thing that I've ever used in my whole entire life. It really is. Now, the next thing that I used up was this Caudalie Venosource Cream Sorbet. It's a moisturizing sorbet. I had no problem with this moisturizer. I mean, this is the 0.33 fluid ounce bottle. I ended up getting this in a Sephora Play Box. However, it smells like crayons. It smells like crayons. It's not, yeah, terrible. Yeah. See, it worked just fine. I didn't have a problem with the formula. I didn't have a problem with how it was in the skin. It was fine. It was your average moisturizer. But the smell's the reason why I will never purchase this again. And then, of course, my mom went ahead and had her birthday this year, and she went ahead and got the Sephora gift, and they didn't have the Tarte. So guess what I got? I got another one. Yay for me. And she went ahead and she gave it to me. And it also comes with a little serum, which I'm hoping that it doesn't smell. It's the Caudalie Veno Perfect Serum, Radiant Serum. I hope it doesn't smell like crayons. I haven't opened it up or anything. But that moisturizer, it just seems like once I'm done with that moisturizer, Sephora Play's probably going to go ahead and send me another one, right? I'm going to be stuck smelling like crayons for the rest of my life. Alright, anyways, moving on. I use this Skin Inc. Pure Revival Peel. Now, this is really interesting. It says revolutionary non-abrasive peel that gently removes dullness and dead skin cells. Now this is not like a chemical peel, okay? So you don't have to really be afraid of it or anything. Um, it says apply to dry face, leaving on for 10 seconds and massage in circular motion, and then you rinse. It has zero added paraben and scent. This was interesting in the way that whenever you put it on your face, you feel actually all of your dead skin just ball up and everything and just come off, and it was kind of gross but kind of cool at the same time. And in the future I probably would repurchase this. I know that a little trick, because I did the math, they have different sizes, and I believe it's I'm not sure if they have 2 or 3 sizes, but I know it's the one that's below the full size price that actually is the best one. So instead of buying the full size, you drop down below, and that's actually ends up being cheaper. If you bought 2 of those, it equals to more product and less price. So there's a little trick for you if you are interested in this to save you just a little bit of money. I might purchase this in the future, but I have so much skincare to get through, like exfoliators and things, it won't be for a while. Alright, the next thing that I used up is the MAC strobe, the MAC strobe cream. It's the little 0.2 ounce sample. I do like this. Even though I have oily skin, I do like this. It's perfect, I think, for the winter time, for the drier months and everything. However, whenever you use the wrong combination of stuff, you end up looking like a mess, okay? I ended up having, if you saw my other empties video, for this month, not for the ones that are in my projects, but the empties that I have that aren't in my projects, I used this along with the Golden Serum by L'Oreal, and I ended up using this next product, which was the Garnier Skin Active Clearly Brighter Broad Spectrum SPF 15 Brightening and Smoothing Daily Moisturizer, Antioxidant Complex Vitamin C plus LHA Oil Free. Whenever you use all three in conjunction, oh, you look like an oily mess. Let me tell you, great products by itself, minus the Golden Serum, because you're going to look like an oily mess if you have combo to oily skin. But all three, you look like a disaster. Like somebody told me, you look like you're hot and you're sweaty. But anyway, this right here, I was actually sad to see go. I really like this, and honestly, I think it's great for winter. If you're using this by itself without any other brightening things, and you have combo to oily skin, this is going to be great for you. And honestly, I will definitely be repurchasing this. This is going to be on my list of things to buy for the colder months whenever I'm through with all of my other moisturizers. As long as this is still being sold and not discontinued. It smells really good. I think all of Garnier items just smells delicious, and as long as you don't mind that scent, this is great. I highly, highly, highly recommend this. This does wonderful things for my skin, at least in my opinion. The next 2 things that I used was the Dermalogica Overnight Retinol Repair and the Buffer Cream. You were supposed to use these in conjunction. Now obviously I was out of the buffer cream before I was out of this, and so I ended up just using a regular moisturizer, but I used this as a moisturizer until it was gone at night with this. I didn't really notice a difference, to be honest. I mean, it did last a while. I'd say it lasted a few weeks. But I didn't really notice a difference in my skin with it. So I don't think that I would be repurchasing it. I like to know for a fact, even though I am going through a lot of skincare, there are some things that I notice an immediate difference. And to me, if I don't notice an immediate difference, or if I don't notice things after a few days, it's kind of pointless, especially if you add new things. You just know. You know if something works or not, I think. And these two just, eh. Dermalogica is so expensive. I'm sure that there are a whole lot of other things that are so much better than that. The next thing I used was the Exuviance Age Reverse Total Correct Plus Sculpt Serum. It's a little sample. Again, it was alright. Nothing special. It was a serum. I do have to say though, it did go ahead and suck into your skin really fast. That's really the only thing, but I didn't really notice a difference whenever I was using it or whenever I stopped using it. So, I mean, that's up to you. Again, a lot of times I'm really kind of new to the whole serum thing, so I don't really know what I'm looking for, but I do know that there are serums that I have used. Like I'm currently using the Philosophy one, and I'm noticing a huge difference already in my skin. So, I mean, and this next one, I noticed a huge difference too. So if I don't notice a difference in this, and I notice a difference in others, that pretty much tells me it does nothing for me. It might for you, and if it does, that's great. But the one that I absolutely love, and I'm probably going to end up repurchasing this in the future, is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum. I love this. Explain it. This made me very hydrated, moisturized without being greasy or overdone. It sucked into my skin really fast, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I would definitely repurchase this, and I was really sad whenever this was gone. Now the last sample that I have that I used up was the Juice Beauty Green Apple Age Defying Moisturizer. It's supposed to reduce appearance of wrinkles with peptides and CoQ10. It's certified organic. This was alright. The smell was alright, but it wasn't really anything special. This is the second thing that I've tried by Juice Beauty, and I'm just not impressed. That's all there is to it. So, as you can tell, I've used up a lot of things from my Project 100 pan. I mean, I've got, let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now, before I go ahead, because today is the 30th, I do have tonight to use up an eye cream, and I also have the morning. So if I end up making a little clip of a Dermalogica eye cream that I'm using, that's going to be 26 items that I've used up. 26 items. But as of right now, it's 25. I'm amazed. That's a quarter of my list already of my Project 100 pan. And I never realized how fast you actually go through moisturizer. I was so concerned because I had so many moisturizers. It was just overflowing in my drawer. It was and everything. And to know that if you consistently use things, they go by pretty fast. So I'm pretty satisfied with how this project is going. And just wait until you see my Pan That Palette update. I am so super excited to show you guys this. As you can tell, I'm in a different spot right now because the lighting is better, and I forgot to update you on the stuff that I am currently using, which is really important. So I went ahead and I needed to, since it's so dark out, the lighting is just much better in here, to go ahead and show you. The first thing I'm going to show you is the Bath & Body Works Butterfly Flower. This smells like just like Marc Jacobs Daisy. It's discontinued, but I know that you could, they sometimes bring it back for the semi-annual sale, and I know a lot of times you could see it online or something. I highly recommend you pick this up. I was probably about halfway through. See, I didn't mark it because I was so convinced I was going to finish by the end of the month, but I'm not going to. But this is where I am. So it's not going to take long for me to use this up at all. You know, this is a very light spray, so I spray it on me about 2 or 3 times a day. And so, yeah, it's one of those ones that you could just bathe in, and I absolutely love it. And I've said it before, I always wear perfume. I always smell good. The second thing I want to show you is the blush I've been working on, and it is the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten in Tropic Hues. And as you could tell, the dome part is gone, but I do have a brand new one that I've never touched to compare it to, and it's this one right here. As you could tell on the right, the dome is there. So to give it just a little bit of perspective of how much I've used. And I've used this up for predominantly the whole month. So I'm really impressed by that, how much progress. It kind of goes to show you how long it takes to go through a blush, because I mean, these aren't even the normal sizes. These are just 0.04 ounces. So that's a big difference. I mean, I did make a lot of progress, but it just shows you it takes a really long time. The next thing I've been working on is the Becca highlighter. It's a shimmering skin perfector pressed in Moonstone. I was hoping to hit pan on this, but I didn't, and I'm not exactly sure if you could tell how much I've used, but I use this every single day and still no pan. No pan at all. But this right here has 0.085 ounces, so it is just a deluxe size. And again, it kind of shows you with consistent use how long it takes to use up stuff. I really expected to hit pan on this. I'm really surprised. The next thing is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And it's really hard to gauge where I am because it is all clear, but just by the feel of it, I'm probably about right there, right where the black line is. This was brand new pretty much. Maybe I had used it once or something, once or twice maybe, before I started to use this. So yeah, it's really kind of hard to gauge, but it's probably going to be done by the end of the month. That's my guess. The next one is the Dermalogica Skin Prep Scrub. Now I did mark this, but this stays in my shower, so every time I go ahead and I take a shower, I exfoliate. And this is about where I am right now. It's it's one of those things that's really kind of hard to gauge, but I did my best. So yeah, I'm about right there. It really doesn't take much at all, and it's really nice. But I wouldn't be surprised if the mark is gone, since I'm having such bad luck with marks, but it's right under the words aloe vera, so that'll be a nice gauge, I guess you could say, for the next one if it does go away. The next one is the Purity Made Simple. It's the one-step facial cleanser. This should show you pretty much how little you have to use of this. I only use this in the morning, and my last update, I was right here, and now I am right here. This is using it every single morning. This is well worth the money. I love it. It smells good. It doesn't break me out. I think it's the perfect facial cleanser. I've tried other facial cleansers, and this one never disappoints. As I've said before, I've got backups upon backups of this. Next is the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse. Last update, I was right here. And obviously, I didn't start this project with it being completely full. And this is where I am right now. It really doesn't take much. It takes probably about 2 squirts, sometimes maybe three squirts of this, and but most of the time 2. And so yeah, you can get probably a good solid 3 months out of this. Maybe you could even push it to 4. It's really nice, and I use this every single night to remove my makeup, and it does wonderful. However, it is pricey. It is $40, and the Garnier Micellar Water does just as well, and it's so much cheaper. But if you are in the market for something that is oil-based, that's good for your skin, I highly recommend this. There's nothing wrong with this at all. The next thing I want to show you is my e.l.f. lip exfoliator. Now, I didn't mark this, and I should have on a piece of paper, but I didn't. And pardon me, this really does look kind of nasty, but this is where I'm at. This is it. I use this every single day, and I love this. I cannot believe that it's been sitting in my collection all this time, and I have not been using this consistently. So yeah, I don't have much left. I mean, that's it. This down here, obviously you could see the plastic. This is it. I love this stuff. It's nice sugary, but it does get kind of gross. So by next update, this should be gone. The next one, again, I didn't mark these, and I'm so sorry I didn't mark these. I will mark these after I'm done with this video, so we know next month. But I'm probably not going to mark this one because I'm convinced it's going to be gone. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 eye pencil, and this is in Rockstar, and that's all that's left. Now, I understand that it is purple, and so what I've been doing with my eye look is I've actually been setting it with a mixture of Dark Horse, Creep, and Gunmetal. So I changed the color with, like today, I've got the purple on, and it's got Creep, Dark Horse, and Gunmetal over top. So that's what I'm doing. The next one that I have is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil. It's in Stargazer. I only put this on my waterline, but that's all I have left. I don't know if this is going to be gone by next update, so I will mark it. It's probably not, because it really doesn't take much to just put it on your waterline. I don't recommend these for your waterline. I'm simply putting in my waterline just to simply use it up, but it doesn't stay. They say that it stays, maybe the darker ones stay, but they don't. I'm not a big fan of putting eyeliner in my waterline, but for lighter colors like this, I will do that. So those are my updates for the things that I am currently working on. Sorry that it's in a different setting. It's just the lighting was better and everything else, and I completely forgot. I'll get better with these videos. I promise I will. If you guys are doing any other exciting projects, please go ahead and let me know. If I'm not already following you, definitely let me know in the comments, because it keeps me inspired to go ahead and use up items. Just continue on with the process. So I will see you in the next video, and don't forget, my information, my Instagram and my Twitter will be in the description box below, along with how much money all of this equaled that I used in 1 month. So that's it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.